Previously on 24.
I am issuing an executive order imposing a curfew on all civilians in the Los Angeles metropolitan area. This curfew will be effective immediately and will be enforced by the military.
They're talking about this like it's an illegal action.
Don't worry, Mr. President. I'm in control of the situation.
Hasn't it ever occurred to you that he proposed this whole thing to set you up for a fall?
Hal's only motivation is what's best for the country.
There's going to be fallout, and you know it.
You're here to shut this place down, aren't you?
I told you before, the White House...
I know what you told me before. Now tell me the truth.
CTU is being absorbed by Homeland, which means from now on, every operational decision needs to go through me.
There's something from my brother I need to give you personally. I should be there within the hour.
You coming here?
I know it sounds impulsive, Aaron, but I'd rather see you sooner than later. I'm hoping there's somewhere we can meet discreetly.
The schematics and the access codes.
Yes, everything we need. Or at least the Centauks here.
And 200,000 people die.
The decryption key is Charlie Alpha 39 Alpha.
It worked. This is what you wanted.
Drop the gun! I'm with the German Federal Intelligence Service. I've been undercover for the last 6 months, gathering intel on Colette's clientele.
If we don't find the echo, hundreds of thousands of innocent people will die here today. Let him go! He's giving us what we want! Put your hands up!
As for the data I sold to Bierko, it's something that I received from a contact at the Department of Defense.
What's his name?
Her name, Audrey Raines.
You were lying to me.
She sold me the information, Mr. Bauer. Apparently she had a price.
The following takes place between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Chloe, I need you to do something for me right away. Check out Audrey Raines' activities in the last 18 months.
Audrey, why?
I'll explain later. I'm particularly interested in any unusual connection between her and Christopher Henderson or Walt Cummings.
You think she had something to do with their conspiracy?
I don't know what to think. Please do it quickly. Audrey,
Yes.
I'm afraid I have to take you into custody.
What? I don't understand. Am I being arrested?
Detained.
On what grounds?
Colette Stanger's been passing information to Bierko. Information he apparently intends to use in his next attack. She claims she got the information from someone at DOD and she named you as that source.
She's lying. That's impossible.
We already uncovered one mole in the White House today, Audrey. I have no choice.
What kind of information did Stanger say I gave her?
I told you as much as I can at this point. Put Ms. Raines for interrogation.
Does Jack know that I'm being detained?
Yes, he sanctioned it.
It's the truth. Audrey Raines was my contact at the Department of Defense.
You met with her face to face.
Yes,
Good, you'll be able to recognize when you see her.
of course.
She identified Miss Raines through photographs on the way.
If you were lying to me, I'm gonna make this the worst day of your life. You understand me? Put her in holding.
Burke's interrogation method should only be used as a last resort.
This situation warrants a more aggressive approach.
Then do the same thing to Colette Stanger.
Stanger is protected by an immunity agreement. We can't touch her unless the information she's provided turns out to be false. Then we can nullify the agreement.
So we can torture our own people, but we can't touch a criminal. I've known Audrey Raines for years. I trust her implicitly. So does everyone else.
Maybe that's the problem. Bill, we don't have the luxury of time. Intel indicates that an attack is imminent, within an hour. Tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of Americans are at risk, and we just got information that Audrey Raines knows about it. Karen, the decision is yours. But any adverse consequences that result from insufficiently aggressive action taken now will come down hard on you.
What is Agent Burke doing here?
We're talking about authorizing a medical interrogation.
On Audrey?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. I'll handle the interrogation.
I can't allow that.
Karen, I brought this to you. I called it in. You can't pull me off of this now.
Your emotional involvement with Miss Raines is not exactly a secret, Jack.
That has nothing to do with this.
That's right. You always put the work first. You never let your feelings get involved. Is that what happened with Nina Myers?
Nina Myers was a mistake. I've never denied that. But she was deep cover for years before I even met her. She fooled a lot of people for a long time, not just me.
Well, maybe Audrey is fooling people, too.
You might be right, Karen. But if I were you, I would think twice about who you're willing to invasively interrogate. Audrey Raines is a senior advisor to the Secretary of Defense, James Heller, who happens to be her father. And if you were wrong, he's gonna eat you alive.
At least let Jack talk to her for 10 minutes first. She deserves that much.
If she's guilty, she doesn't deserve anything.
That's the point. She hasn't been proven guilty.
After she's been prepped, you can see her for 10 minutes, but at the first sign you're less than objective, you're out.
Understood. Thanks, Bill.
I don't believe Audrey's guilty of anything, Jack.
Neither do I.
The one thing we do know is that Bierko's going to release the Syntax in the city sometime in the next hour. If Audrey knows anything that can help us find him, she needs to tell us now.
Keep an eye on the traffic controls. Bierko's gonna need to move those canisters. He's gonna need transportation.
With the curfew in place, we might get lucky and pick up a trail.
Yeah.
Break it up! Break it up now! Gentlemen, I said break it up!
Take their uniforms and weapons. Now we have a police escort to the target. The curfew won't be a problem.
Chloe, walk with me. You're running the background on Audrey?
Yeah,
What do you got?
you're not gonna like it. I found the connection between Walt Cummings and Audrey.
What kind of a connection?
They dealt with each other a few times. It was the usual stuff between DOD and the White House. There was something else.
What? Chloe, what?
They both stayed at a place called the River Hotel in Pikesville, Maryland last April.
So?
So Pikesville isn't exactly a hotspot with top-ranking federal officials. It wasn't a coincidence that they were there on the same night.
Chloe, what are you trying to say?
They didn't just stay in the same hotel. They stayed in the same room.
How could you possibly know that?
Because I emailed photos of them to the manager. He recognized them both. He showed me phone bills, room service receipts. I can show you if you want.
I'm sorry. I believe you.
It doesn't mean she was part of their conspiracy, but it doesn't exactly look that good either.
Make copies of everything you got. Put it in a folder for me.
I will.
Thanks.
Excuse me? My name's Sherry Rothenberg. I work in Section 5 downstairs. I know where Section 5 is. Right. Mr. Buchanan told me to report to Chloe O'Brien. Is that you? You're gonna have to wait a second. I'm here to replace Edgar. I understand he died in the attack. Yes, he did. Well, if he was a friend of yours, I'm sorry. Thanks. He worked at Station 6. It's right there. Are you familiar with the Galvin Matrix Analyzer? Yes, I am. Use it to make sure our databases are current. Some of them may have fallen behind in the past couple of hours. No problem.
Colette Stinger?
No.
She says that you provided her with information from the DOD.
I know, Bill told me that's ridiculous. You know it. Jack, you're wasting time that we don't have.
I had to ask CTU so that I could interrogate you. I have a job to do. If I don't do it, Burke will, and I promise you, you do not want to see him walk through that door.
Fine, what kind of information did you say I gave her?
She says you provided her with the structural schematics of Bierko's next target.
What kind of structure?
She didn't know. She just delivered the package.
She claims that I gave her information, yet she can't tell you what that information is, and that's enough to make me a suspect.
Damn it, Audrey! You know what this nerve gas does? They are planning another attack. We will not ignore any leads.
I have nothing to do with these terrorists.
How did Colette Stinger get your name?
I don't know. My father is the Secretary of Defense. I'm an easy target. Maybe she's trying to use him or embarrass him.
Is he involved?
Oh, Jack, you know him better than that. You worked with him. He would never do anything outside the law, and neither would I.
The two men that we know are part of the conspiracy are Walt Cummings and Christopher Henderson. Have you had any contact with these men?
Christopher Henderson, I had never heard. I'd never heard of him before today, and, Walt Cummings, I've met a couple times, yes.
Where?
DOD briefings.
That's it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Open it. The River Hotel, Pikesville, last April.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we happened to be there at the same time. We may have had a drink or two together.
We weren't having drinks with him. You shared a room with him. You slept with him.
Yes. I was still recovering from losing you, Jack. He had just separated from his wife, and I slept with him once, and then I broke it off.
Why'd you break it off?
Jack, please, it's complicated.
Why did you break it off?
Because he wasn't you.
Why did you lie to me when I asked you the first time?
Because I was afraid that you'd think less of me, that you wouldn't be able to forgive me.
Because you slept with someone after you thought I was dead?
Because I slept with someone who turned out to be a traitor, Jack.
Was that the only time you spent with Cummings?
Yes.
Did he ever talk to you about a terrorist attack? Nerve gas?
No.
Did he ever mention Christopher Henderson?
No.
Tell me the truth!
I am telling you the truth.
You've already lied to me once. You tell me what you know, or I promise you this will become very unpleasant.
Do what you have to do.
Damn it, Audrey! Tell me the truth! This is over. You understand this is over?
If you ask me, she broke him and not the other way around.
Karen.
He didn't push her hard enough, and you know it. He's protecting her.
She's innocent.
We have to be certain.
I am certain. Jack is certain.
Well, I'm not.
Karen.
Send Burke in. I have to do this, Bill. I can't waste any more time, and make sure that Jack doesn't interfere.
Okay, I'll pass that on. Sherry, that was the agent at Bierko's safe house. The place is empty. Forensics is still looking, but they don't expect to find much. Upload that information onto the subnet.
Oh, right.
I checked your file. You're not qualified for level 3 work, and that is level 3.
I'm provisionally qualified. It's all in my supplemental file. Go ahead and check it if you want.
All right, Sherry. First mistake. I yanked the provisional and you're out of here.
What's with him? 2 years ago, we both worked in the San Francisco office. It was a sexual harassment thing.
Miles?
It was subtle at first, and then it got really bad. Finally filed a grievance.
What happened?
He got off with a warning. These things are really hard to prove. They said we didn't have enough evidence to go to trial. I can't get into any details. The file is sealed.
Don't worry, I don't need details.
But I guess I better not make any mistakes.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Audrey, I'm sorry. This is out of my control. Karen wants to push Audrey a little harder.
No, her interrogation is over.
Jack, I'll try to stall her as long as I can.
Jack, I have orders to take Miss Raines to holding for further interrogation.
I don't care about your orders. That's not gonna happen. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Jack, don't make this any harder than it is!
Take her to hold it.
Hello.
Mr. Henderson, it's Brennan.
Is Wayne Palmer dead yet?
No,
Explain.
we rolled his car, but he survived and got away. It was sloppy work. We'll make it right.
Well, you damn well better. You know what's at stake.
Yes, sir. This is Wayne Palmer. At the tone, please leave a message.
Steve, has Wayne Palmer come through a checkpoint within the last half hour?
Yeah, he was cleared through checkpoint 6 30 minutes ago. What, he's not here yet?
No, he's not. I can't reach him on his cell.
If you're worried, I can send out an alert.
No. Actually, he kind of wanted to keep his visit under the radar. I think I'm going to go out there, take a look myself, in case he had car trouble or something. Do me a favor and keep this between us, would you?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
You need to calm down, Jack. And remember who's in charge.
Audrey Raines is innocent.
She slept with a known conspirator and lied about it. That doesn't concern you?
She slept with him once and lied about it because she was embarrassed. That hardly makes her part of this conspiracy.
Why did Colette Stanger name her as the source?
She must have gotten Audrey's name from Henderson.
Why would Henderson want to implicate Audrey?
Henderson doesn't want to implicate Audrey. He's coming after me. He's trying to make me lose focus, and he's trying to pull you off target, and he's done it.
But these plans must have been made some time ago when Henderson had every reason to believe that you were going to be killed.
Karen, listen to me. This is what I do for a living, and the first rule of engagement is that you have a contingency plan, and this is his, and it's working. You're getting ready to interrogate Audrey Raines when you should be interrogating Colette Stanger because she still has information that we don't have.
Stanger has immunity. She's being protected by a federal marshal. That's your doing, Jack. You made that deal.
I know. But if I can prove that Colette Stanger is withholding information from us, that act alone negates her deal. I'll be able to start questioning her again. She will give me Henderson. And once I have Henderson, he will lead us to the nerve gas. And that's what we're supposed to be focused on.
What are you suggesting we do, Jack?
Let me and Chloe find proof that Colette Stanger is lying to us. If we don't, you lose nothing. But if we do, we can stop this thing from happening. I promise you. Karen, please.
Excuse me. These matrix reads are partials only. Where's the rest of the data?
I thought matrix data could be sent unfiltered.
It's not protocol.
I thought it was all right in
Only if it's authorized. Who authorized it?
I did. She did it under my authority. I take full responsibility.
I don't believe you.
Believe what you want.
That would be sloppy, O'Brien. You don't work like that. She told you about my alleged sexual harassment, right? Well, she's lying. Listen.
No, you listen. There are 17 canisters of nerve gas about to be deployed somewhere in Los Angeles, and we're trying to find them. If you interrupt our work one more time, I'll file a complaint with Division. Then you'll see what protocol's all about.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chloe, we need to help Audrey. We don't have much time.
How?
We need to find a connection between Colette Stenger and Henderson.
We found Colette's name on Henderson's computer.
It's not enough. We need proof that they had direct contact, preferably more than once.
You think Henderson gave Colette Audrey's name?
I'm sure of it. I want you to use outside agencies, including foreign. Put it on a priority channel.
I'm on it.
We have an important delivery.
There's no delivery scheduled. I'm gonna need to call this in.
Stay out here and watch the perimeter.
Very good. Finish off over there.
Who's in charge?
I am.
We need access to the control room. Can you take us there?
What are you guys doing here?
Can you take us to the control room?
Yeah, it's that way.
Good. Keep cooperating, and no more of your friends will die. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mikhail, take the canisters to the main distribution tank, quickly!
Let's go.
This is it.
Sam, what's going on?
Ah, Sam. I'm not an engineer, but I know enough, so you'd be wise not to try to deceive me. What we're doing here is very simple. We're going to release a certain substance so that it flows into your pipelines.
What kind of substance?
That's not your concern. But at the pressure which currently prevails in these pipes, the substance will react chemically with the gas and become inert. So I need the pressure reduced by about 50%.
Sam, don't do it.
Do you understand what I want?
You want PSI cut by half.
Exactly. And how long will it take?
Could take an hour.
You don't seem to care very much for your friends, do you, Sam?
No, don't! I might be able to do it in 30 minutes.
You have 15. Better get started.
Don't move! Drop the gun, now! Move away from it. Now get on your knees.
Mr. Palmer. It's Aaron.
Oh, God. Aaron, what are you doing out here?
I was looking for you, sir.
So are some other people. Let's go. Miss Raines, we know you conspired with Mr. Cummings.
I didn't.
Who else in the White House was involved?
I don't know.
You know Mrs. Raines.
I don't have a name.
You're gonna give me a name.
I swear I don't know.
We don't have the time, Miss Raines. Give me a name!
I swear I don't know.
Chloe, what have you got?
Found some masked entries in Colette Stanger's cell phone. The decryption program had.
Come on, Chloe.
Bottom line, Henderson placed 8 cell phone calls to Colette Stanger within the past 3 months.
Where's Colette Stenger now?
Holding room 3.
Bill, we have a connection between Henderson and Colette Stenger. He made 8 calls to her that she didn't tell us about. That voids her agreement. It's off.
That's for the president to decide.
Call the president.
You need a rescinding order to question her, Jack.
Get her the back off of Audrey.
Get with the president.
What's your connection with Christopher Henderson?
I have an immunity agreement signed by your president.
She's right. She can't be questioned.
We have proof that she withheld information. Her deal's been rescinded. The order's on its way.
When it gets her, she's all yours.
An innocent woman is being interrogated because of her.
Look, I'm sorry, Stripper. You have to go.
We know you lied to us. We know that you did not get the schematics from Audrey Raines. Henderson told you to use her name in case you got in trouble, right? You do not want to try me.
Yes.
They tell you why? He's using you. He wanted you to get inside my head. And it worked. And now I'm upset. You have 3 seconds to tell me where the target is, or I will kill you. Where is the target?
A natural gas distribution center.
There are dozens of those in the city. Which one?
I don't know. I swear. I don't know.
Dak, what's going on?
Mirko's targeting a natural gas distribution center, but we don't know which one.
Natural gas.
He can use it as a delivery system for the Syntax. He can get it into people's homes. I need you to get Chloe on it. We need to find out which one.
Right. The rescinding order will be here in 15 minutes.
Good. Give it to the marshal. I'll be looking for this, too.
Please, no more. I'm begging you. Please don't do that. Please. Please, I'm telling you the truth.
You're bringing this on yourself.
This can end. Shut it down now! We'll finish it here. She is innocent. You can confirm it with Buchanan. I said you're finished! Get out!
I don't know.
It's over. I promise you it's over. Forgot it.
What's happening? Tell me what's happening.
Henderson set you up to get at me, to throw me off his trail. I'm so sorry.
The only thing that got me through this was that I knew you would come. I knew you would come.
Bauer.
Jack, it's Bill. Chloe's got some information. We need you on the floor.
Bill.
Jack.
You're right there. Bill, I want you to send someone over from medical to interrogation 1 to 10 Audrey Raines.
All right.
Thanks. I'll be right back.
Our satellite covers only 60% of the distribution centers. If our target's not in that grouping, we're out of luck.
Can we redirect any other satellite?
Trying.
Did you identify the distribution center that they're gonna hit?
Pulling in more satellites. Our analysts tell us once the Syntax hits the main tank, goes right into the pipes, it becomes impossible to stop. From there, it goes straight into people's homes.
How many casualties are we talking about?
The largest center served 90,000 people. We could have twice that many casualties. If our intel is correct, we have 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll prep a team with Curtis. We'll go airborne. We'll be ready as soon as you ID a target.
Mr. Buchanan, there may be a faster way. I was a chem major at Caltech. Most toxins become inert under high pressure. The PSI would have to be lowered before the nerve gas was introduced.
Chloe, can you monitor the pressure levels at the distribution centers?
Yeah, I have citywide readings of them all. Hold on. Wilshire Gas Company. PSI's dropped to 75% in the past 10 minutes.
I have to assume that's it. I'll tell Jack. Great work.
Sure.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Did you see the way his hand brushed across my shoulder as he walked by? I was wrong. He shouldn't have done that.
What is it?
Get down! Chloe, what's the PSI level?
PSI level is down to 57%. Another 7 is all they need to deploy the scent pods.
How long will that take?
4, maybe 5 minutes. Jack, the PSI level can only be adjusted from the main control room. It's the large building in the center of the complex, 2 floors down from the roof.
Copy that. Okay, we'll insert here. We'll advance to the control room, locate and secure the canisters.
We're almost there. The noise from the plant should cover our descent.
We're ready.
Good. Get back here.
Now.
How much longer?
A few more minutes. I can't lower the pressure any faster without risking a shutdown.
Chloe, it's Jack. Do you have any heat signatures?
Yes, but I can only scan from the exterior of the site. There are 2 guards patrolling the perimeter. I've given the pilot an approach vector to keep you from their line of sight.
Maintain this position! Yes, sir.
CPU! The team's away!
They're on the roof. PSI level is down to 54%.
CTU, we're inside.
Jack, Vierka will be ready to deploy any minute.
Copy that.
Push, please, sir. Yes. Come on. This.
Curtis, Syntax is already in the system. Who's in charge here? Listen to me. You have Syntax nerve gas running through your pipeline. Can you shut down the pumps?
By the time we power down, gas will be in the main tanks and it's out into the city.
Where's the closest pipeline that feeds those tanks?
It'll just out the door to your left. It'll have a red arrow on it.
With C4 and a timer, then get these people out of here. Jack, what are you doing? In order to deliver the Syntax, it had to mix with natural gas. If we could ignite that gas before it leaves the plant, the Syntax will be incinerated. Bill, this is the last chance we've got to stop this threat.
Syntax has been in the system for 1 minute. You have 60 seconds before it gets out.
Charge has been set. Curtis, are you clear?
Just about. Keep going.
Jack, are you clear? Jack! Jack, respond. Come on, Jack.
You okay?
Curtis, I got a visual on Vierco.
Jack, you want to time it for the main tank to explode?
Right now, he's our only connection to Henderson.
Jack! Bill, he's going in.
Vierco!
Jack, that's it. The main tanks are going. Get out.